Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Okay, so today we'll continue with our sessions. But before we continue with the sessions, maybe a quick recap on what we went through last time. So, in the previous session, we went through the dual and plural. So, just a quick recap for the dual. If let's say we want to make a word in ism, dual, what do we add at the last bit? Ani. You should know because we just reviewed that. So add ani, yeah? So if let's say, Brother Rosman, if I want to say 2 cars, how do I say 2 cars? Sajaratani. Yeah, I want to say 2 books? 2 books, not. Oh, by the way, what kitabani? You have to use the singular version first. That's actually good that you mentioned that. So you have to go back to the singular version and add ani. Don't use the plural version and add ani at the end. No, kutubani. No, kitabani. Okay, okay. So that's how do you do for the dual. And then for the plural, for the muzakkar, the masculine one, salim, what do you add at the end? So let's say muslimun, muslimuna, add una at the end, yeah? And then if let's say for female, let's say muslimatun, how do you make it plural? What do you add at the end? Alif and ta. So muslimatun. Yeah? So that's basically what we went through for the dual. Oh, my slide. Okay, so that's that. And then some of the new vocab that we have learned. Now that we know about dual and plural, when we have pointers like that, will become those. This will become these, right? And then for the dual version as well, there's a this version for dual. So there are 4 new vocab. Anyone remember the pointers? So instead of hada, and hadihi, and zarika, and tilka, what are the other 4 vocab that we learned, if you remember? So if you want to say those, how do you say those? Ulaika. If you want to say these, ha-ulai. These. For plural, ha-ulai. And that was one of your mistake in the homework as well. So this is ha-ulai, those is ulaika. And then for the dual, remember the dual for masculine? Instead of hada,
Right. Okay. Sorry.
you got it?
Hazani.
Hadani. And then for the feminine, hatani. Hatani and hadani. Okay? So those are the pointers. When we talk about the mudaf ilayh, we said there's no change of rule because it doesn't have anything to do with the number, right? Because it's just mudaf ilayh. It doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. Mutada khabar, we said what have to match between mutada and khabar?
The gender has to match, the number has to
Yeah, the number has to match. So now we have learned that in book 1. So now in book 2, the number will play a part in the actual sentence now. So because you have to kind of match the number with the mutada for the khabar. Yeah. Then moving on to the other fragment, let's say for example the na man'ut. What are the rules for na man'ut again? Oh, salah. Okay. Yeah, the rule for na man'ut.
Gender has to be the same.
Not just gender. What are the rules for na man'ut? It's actually just quite simple one.
Status.
Yep.
All 4 of them.
All 4. Yeah. But I say simple. All 4. You don't have to remember anything. Just all 4. All 5 have to match, right? So status, gender, number, type, all have to match. So in book 1, we ignore the number part because it's always singular. But now you have to pay attention to the number as well when you are matching the na man'ut. Okay. And what's the harfu jar? Obviously, there's nothing to do with number. It just depend on the sentence. And that's pretty much it, right? Those are all the 4 fragments that we went through. So the other thing that we have also talked about when we talk about mudaf ilayh though is actually the pronouns. Not sure whether do you remember the table already? So if let's say huwa, here, yeah. Then and then anta, anti, ana. That was book 1.
Yes.
So for book 2, what are the, just to quiz you guys if you remember, huwa, and then the dual version is huma, and then the third hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. So like I said before, have to memorize this table. So the table is actually in this one, this table. Cell number 28. Have to memorize this. And also the other table is this one.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Taking screenshots of those.
yeah. So this one I have to memorize. I think by practice, looks like you're okay with the homework because I don't know whether you refer to it, but you're okay with the
I
at
had
least.
to refer to them.
Which is fine, because we're still practicing. At least you were using the right table, not that one. You were using that one, so which is good. Looks like you understood it. You have to use that table, not this one. So far so good. I think in terms of your understanding of this one, I think what you missed based on the homework is just the dual version. Maybe the bit of confusion there, but I think now it's okay. I'm hoping
Yeah.
because after you corrected it, looks like it's okay now.
It was still the start, so
Yeah.
it was rushed.
Yeah.
I'll be getting better.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Yeah. Okay. Right. So that's basically what we talk about in the last session. Now, in this session, oh, by the way, the other thing that it's okay. I'm not gonna repeat or explain the mistake. I'm just gonna go through the actual lesson instead of trying to um, mention about the mistake. Okay. So in this lesson, the one that I have in the syllabus are two things. I'm hoping that we can cover at least those two things. So, uh, you might remember this table from book one.
Yes.
Yes. Now, there's two things that we're gonna add into our vocab, which is before and after. So we say zarf, right? Remember the zarf for mudaf? So it can be zarf makan or zarf zaman, which is place or time. So before can be place, can be time as well. Well, actually, no, it's mostly, well, yeah, it can be place like a before me. That's actually kind of place like I'm before you, as an example, right? Something like that. I think that's what she used to mention as an example when we went through book two. After, you are after me. It's kind of place, kind of time as well in a way. But the thing is that the rule is actually the same with what we have learned in book one. It's actually mudaf, and after mudaf must be mudaf ilaih, and must be majrur. That's all. So the two things that we are actually adding into our vocab is before and after. So let's say, for example, you want to say after me. How do you say after me? So use the attached pronoun me. See whether you guys can get it. So let's say, for example, you want to say I have. What did we do? If I say I have, I'm D. So you will say, want to say after me, ba D. Yeah, same thing. Ba D. Let's say after him, ba the. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if let's say after him, how do you say after him? Ba'da, ba'dahu. After her, ba'daha. Yeah. So again, rule is kind of the same. That one is mudah relax still, but you are attaching the attached pronoun version, right? But let's say after. I think one of the example in the book is 1 week before. A week before. So before is qabla. Anyone know what's the word for usbu? Usbu'un, right? So if let's say you want to say before 1 week. How do you say before 1 week? So before and then usbu'un. How do you make, based on the rule that we have learned so far? We say mudaf ilaih, right? So qabla and then usbu. Usbu. What do we say? The usbu'in. Because mudaf ilaih. So instead of usbu'un, it will become majrur, usbu'in. So qabla usbu'in. Then that means 1 week before. Make sense? Or let's say you want to say 1 week after, ba'da. Same. It's the same, yeah. Ba'da usbu'in. I think that was the example in the book. I think that's the only example that I can remember. Qabla usbu'in, ba'da usbu'in. So usbu'in because it is mudaf ilayh. Yeah? You get it, Brother Osman?
Still processing.
Yeah. Basically, the rule is the same. There's nothing changed. I'm just adding vocab. Remember, okay, let's say for example, last time we said in front of the masjid. What did we say? Amama al-masjidi. Right?
Yeah.
No difference. It's just now we are saying before a week. So it will be qabla usbu'in. We didn't say before the week. We say before a week. So that's why there's no alif lam there. Yeah. So qabla usbu'in. But the rule is like if we say behind the shop. How do we say behind the shop? And that's one of your mistake as well.
Behind the shop.
Yeah. So I think you forgot khalfa
Al-Dukani.
ad-dukani. I think in your homework you forgot the majrur. I think if I remember correctly.
Maybe.
So again, just a recap. It's basically the same thing as book 1. It's just addition of vocab. Okay? Anything that you are struggling with, Brother Osman? Looks like you're still like processing still. Salajati. I think you put salah. Yeah. Yeah, you put salajatu, right? Yeah. That was one of the mistakes that I remember. Alright, so that's on that table. Now, the next slide. Same thing, but this is not zarf. This is like special mudaf. We call it special mudaf. So, in order to say things like any or every, you use any ayu, and then every kullu. You will see a lot of kullu, right, in Quran.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kullu there.
Ayu is what I use now.
Yeah, ayu as well, yeah. So, fabi ayyi ala rabbikuma tukadziban. That's the same one. Fabi ayyi ala rabbikuma tukadziban. That one they become ayyi because of the ba before it. Harfu jar. So fabi ayyi ala. So it's from the same word ayyi. Ayu, but it become ayyi because of the harfu jar before it. Fabi ayyi ala rabbikuma tukadziban. So I'm going to go to some example because ayu is slightly slightly more challenging compared to just ba'da and qabla, because ba'da and qabla is quite simple. It's just before and after. But ayu, you can use it in like question form. So let's say, for example, you want to say which house is this? So the rule is exactly the same. The word after it must be majrur because it is mudaf ilayh, right? Rule is still the same. It's just that you have to kind of familiar with the structure. So you want to say which house is this? You would say ayu baitin hada. Baitin because it's still singular. You just say which house. You don't say what do you call that? It's not like ayul baiti. You're just saying which house is this? So ayu baitin hada. And then if you want to say which country are you from? Let's say usually last time we say min aina anta. Right?
Yeah.
From where are you? Where are you from? But in Arabic is min aina anta. So instead of saying min aina anta, the structure is the same, but you replace with ayyi. So min ayyi is ayyi because of the harfu jar, min. So min is one of the huruful jar. So that's why it's become ayyi instead of ayu. The default form is ayu, but now it got changed to majrur because of the huruful jar.
And baladin because of
Baladin because mudaf ilai. Yes. Baladin because of ayyi. Anything to do with the word after ayu will be majrur.
So that
You see that?
fragment of I baladin.
This one. Yes.
Mudaf.
Correct. What is this fragment?
This is jar.
jar
Why
majrur.
is
Yes.
why is majrur going with fatha?
That's not fatha. I think that's
Writing.
the writing. I think for Pakistan brothers, a lot of you guys misunderstood that is actually fatha. That's actually kasrah. You have to look at where the sign is. Is it
Shadda.
above the shadda or below the shadda? I think because of the way that you guys write, I think there might be some confusion. That's actually kasrah.
So
So what?
Because it's under shadda. You see the shadda? Yeah.
For us, it has to be below.
Yeah. I know because yes, a lot of brothers keep on saying, oh, that's not. Yeah, no, sorry, I should have mentioned it. So if it's under the shadda, it's actually kasra. There's two ways to write it. Yeah.
Min ayyub baladin anta.
Yeah, I mean ayi balida anta. Okay, now you got it? No wonder that you were confused. I was like, no, why you are confused with the min ayi? Yeah, so it's this is actually kasra, yeah?
So the next one is fatha.
This one is fatah because it's about shadda. But I'm not going to go through that one, right? Because we haven't learned about fi'il. This one is actually fi'il, like it's fi'il. It's a verb. So I'm not going to go through that one. We'll come back to this one once we have learned about fi'il. Okay, so far so good. So ayu, the word after it must be majrur. And then depend on whether there's something before ayu, then it might become min ayi. If let's say which country are you from, then it become min ayi. Alright? Kullu, there's not too many example, but like if you want to say every masjid. For example, every masjid you will say kullu masjidin. Because again, must be majrur. Every masjid. Kullu masjidin.
Kullu nafsin.
Kullu nafsin. Yes. And it doesn't have to be proper. The mudaf ilayh, if you realize just now I said kullu masjidin. I didn't say kullul masjidi. I said kullu masjidin. Doesn't have to be. Depending on the sentence. And later on we will learn more. Like kullul masjidi means different thing from kullu masjidin. Kullul masajidi, which is the plural version, means something else as well. But we will learn that I don't know when. Not even in book 3.
But usually it's a mudaf ilayh is proper as well.
Usually. But in this case it's not. It doesn't have to be proper all the time. Yeah. So in this case, mudaf ilayh for the kullu and ayu, it's not always proper. It depends on the sentence. Like we have seen here, we say which house. Yeah, sorry.
Call it ayu and kullu. What call it?
I don't know the exact word. When I learned the Ustaz just told me special mudaf. I don't know what's the exact Arabic term for it, but he just says special mudaf. So that's yeah. And even when Sheikh Yusuf, I don't think he mentioned whether it's special mudaf or whatever. Just say these two words, treat it as mudaf. Yeah, kullu and ayu, treat it as mudaf. There are more. Actually, I forgot one more thing. Oh, sorry. I should have put ba'du as part of it as well. Ba'du is also part of the book 2. I forgot. So some. So again, the rule is exactly the same. Ba'du, ba'duhum. For example, some of them. Ba'duhum. There's a lot of ba'duhum. Ba'duhum bi ba'd. Yeah. So there's a lot of ba'duhum in the Quran. So if you want to say some of the teachers. How do you say some of the teachers? So ba'du al mudar let's say for example is male, so mudarrisuna. So ba'du, that's a bad example actually because we haven't learned the majrur. Okay, but okay, let me take a step back. I'll use a word that we should be familiar with. Muslimina. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of that before, right? So muslimuna, muslimina. So muslimina is actually the majrur version of muslimuna. So instead of saying muslimuna, it's muslimina. So ba'du al-muslimina, some of the Muslims. As an example.
So the whole word becomes jad if it needs to come up with ba'du.
Yeah, so if I say I go back to here, this is a bonus. It's not even a book 2.
Yeah, I saw that in the table where you were explaining Muslimani.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Muna.
Correct.
There was a majroor version.
Yes.
Also a mansoob version of it.
Correct. This one, majrur. So instead of muslimuna, it will become muslimina. That's the majrur version. But this is not even a book 2. You don't have to worry about it, but because I give a wrong example, ba'du al-muslimina, I have to explain this one a little bit. But it's not too difficult though. You just need to remember instead of saying muslimuna, it's muslimina. So that's the majrur version of muslimuna. So mudarrisuna, mudarrisina, something like that. But again, you don't have to worry too much about that. What you have to remember is that ba'du after it should be majrur, but in book 2 it's mostly attached pronoun. So like some of them, some of them, but then okay. So ba'duhum is for some of them, but then masculine. If you want some of them feminine, how do you say ba'du?
Sorry, say that again.
So ba'duhum is them,
Male version.
male. But then the female version, ba'du,
Ba'dukum.
kunna. Yeah. And then some of you, masculine,
Ba'dukum.
ba'dukum. And then female, feminine for ba'dukunna. Some of us,
Ba'di.
us. Not we, not I, we. The we version.
And
Ba'duna.
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 Like kitabuna,
Right.
the na is ours. Yeah, so ba'dullah. Okay? So, rules is exactly the same. It's just new vocab. That's my view anyway. But obviously, you probably need to do a bit more practice. But that's basically the mudaf version that I want to talk about today. The ayu, kullu, and then ba'du, and here, the before and after, the qabla and ba'da. So those are basically the 5 new kind of mudaf that we're learning in book 2. Yeah, qabla, ba'da, kullu, ayu, ba'du. The 5. Okay? Any question? You just need to remember that when you see those words, because you might need a little bit more practice,
Yeah.
but basically when you see the word, then you need to remember that after it has to be mudaf ilayh. Don't put it too hard on yourself. Like even for me, when I went through the removing shapes, I still forgot that after I use have to be majrur. But with practice, inshallah, then we probably can remember. That's on that special mudaf. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about today is actually the numbers, but then talking about ghairu aqil, which is the mistake that I made in the previous lesson. I don't know why I forgot about that, but yeah, I did forget. So I'm going to go to slide number gender, this one. Okay, remember this slide? When we talk about the gender last time, we talk about feminine, yeah? We said the categories of feminine, there are a couple of categories for feminine. So just a quick recap. We say a word is feminine if the meaning is feminine. If it's end with ta marbuta like sayyarah, tun, ta marbuta is feminine. If it's body parts in pair, hands, right? Ears, legs, feminine. Then the other thing is because the Arab said it's feminine, like kidrun, samaun, and shamsun. Now, another new thing in book 2 is actually non-human plural is always treated as single feminine. So any rule, any fragment rule that we have talked about, always remember that when you look at the word that is plural, but then it's ghairu aqil, which is non-intellect, like non-human, it's actually feminine. As an example, kutubun, which is the plural for books, right? That's actually going to be treated as singular feminine. Although the word kutubun is actually looks plural because it's books, but because it's ghairu aqil, you have to treat it as singular feminine.
With for the not the property.
Everything. So if let's say that's an example there, new books, kutubun jadi datun. So
Which is essentially not the either.
yeah, it is not namadun. Yes. So that's an example. So jadi datun is actually for singular feminine, isn't it?
Yes.
We know that jadidun is for the masculine singular. We know jududun is for the plural version, but we can't use plural version here. We have to use singular feminine version.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to make things a bit more complicated.
So it's a rule for
It's a rule for
every non-akil
every non-akil, yes.
plural.
Plural.
The anything that is associated with property will always be singular masculine.
Singular feminine. Yeah. So let's say for example, if you want to point, so you want to say those cars. How do you say those cars?
Those cars.
Remember the rule that we have learned? Treat it as singular feminine.
Oh, right.
No. That's plural. Singular feminine. Those cars. But treat it as singular feminine. Tilka. And then?
Sayyarati.
Sayara.
سيارة.
The plural version.
plural version.
Uh-huh.
سيارات.
Sayyaratun. Sayyaratun. This one cars. Sayyaratun. That's the plural version. So now, instead of saying, like for the human one, we're not going to say tilka, isn't it? We would have used, if we are referring to like female, human, what would we have used instead of tilka? We would have used ulaika. Yeah? But we can't use ulaika here
Okay.
because it's ghairu aqil. You have to treat it as singular feminine.
Right. Okay.
Get it? I think we need to do more example because I think
Yes.
it's still not
Examples will be perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is an
More.
interesting concept. It makes sense. The
Yeah.
way he's driving it. how
Yeah.
to put it.
Alright. So now we want to say the cars that is in front of the masjid.
The cars, those are in front.
The cars. Okay, let me. Actually, I got. I think I put some word document here. Yes. Oh no, because you guys can see it. Sorry. Alright, there. The cars are new. How do you do that? Again, remember, if it is ghairu akil, plural, treat it as singular feminine. So that what fragment? Okay, so where's the mubtada and khabar there?
Cars.
Cars is
Car is
mubtada, new is
New is covered.
khabar. Okay, now do the sentence, making sure that the rules apply.
السيارات.
As-sayaratu,
السيارات جديدة.
yes, jadidatun. Because jadidatun is actually the singular feminine for jadidun.
Yes.
Get it?
Right.
Make sense? Make sense? Now, we talk about this one just now. Those cars belong to the teachers. So those cars are what fragment first? Okay, those cars belong to the students. What are the two fragments that are in this sentence? Just to do the same exercise that we did in book one.
So those cars is one.
Yeah, because that is mushari like, yeah, those cars. And then belong to the teachers is,
Belong to the second.
yeah, that's a harfu jar. Because belong is li. Li is part of one of the huruf jar. Okay, so now do one by one. So do those cars first and then belong to the teachers. Belong to the teachers should be kind of easy because kind of same rule. But those cars, how do you do those cars?
تلك سيارات.
Yeah, tilka,
سيارات.
tilka sayaratu. I didn't hear the alif lam. Tilka
I did
sayaratu.
not put the Islam, that's why.
It's in Mushara. That's why I asked you guys what's the fragment. The fragment,
Oh, yes. تلك السيارات. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
yeah.
I'm with you.
That's why I asked the first this is the fragment. Because once you identify the fragment, must make sure you apply the rule of the fragment. You can't say tilka sayaratu. That's just like this is cars in a way. These are cars in a way.
Yes.
Yeah, in a way. These are cars, which is not. That's those cars. Not these are. Yeah.
تلك السيارات.
Tilka sayaratu, and then the second part belong to the teachers.
للمدرسين.
That's the
That's a teacher.
that's a teacher.
Belong to
That's
the teacher.
belong to teachers. You say belong to the teacher.
للمدرسات.
No. Assume it's specifically. So mudarrisun. The plural version for mudarrisun is, how do you do plural for mudzakkar salim? The thing that we reviewed at the start.
للمدرسون.
But again, I made a mistake here because mudarrisuna is still not the majrur version. Sure, mudarrisina. But I should have put the example. I just remembered. Because it's mudarrisina because it is majrur. Mudarrisuna is, yeah.
The new form, the whole plural word needs to come in.
Yeah, it's changed. Just the last bit actually. Instead of una, is ina. No, the whole thing. The una, ina. So mudarrisuna, mudarrisina. Muslimuna, muslimina. Yeah. Mujtahiduna, mujtahidina. Just the last two. It's not the whole thing that changed actually. Yeah. But again, my bad on that one. I forgot about
Good
it.
example though.
Yeah. This one is longer one. The buses that are in front of the masjid are big. Okay, first identify the mubtada khabar.
What is buses?
Hafila hafilatun.
Hafilatun.
Hafilatun. So that's buses. How do you do buses?
Hafilatun.
Hafilatun.
It could be anything because it's not
No,
listed.
this one is salim. The muannas salim. Hafilatun. Kalau tak berbuta at the end, it's the same with the cars. Sayaratun, sayaratun. Hafilatun,
Hafila,
hafilatun.
hafila,
Yeah, yeah. Hafilatun, sayaratun, hafilatun.
al-hafila.
Al-hafilatu. Okay, but before that, mubtada khabar. Which one?
The buses are the
Mubtada.
Mubtada. Where's the khabar?
being
Big.
Big. Okay. Remember that, yeah? Okay, now what are the other fragments that are in there?
um,
There's
What is this? Is that Ismu Shara or is that something else?
Isim Mausul.
Yes, that's Ismu Masul. Yes? That's Ismu Masul. What is this one?
Zaraf. Makan.
Zarf Makan. In front of. Okay, now we have identified Mubtada Khabar. We have identified this is Ismu Masul. This is Zarf Makan. Now start building the sentence. So the buses will be
al-hafila,
Al-Hafilatu. Because Alif Lam. Al-Hafilatu. Okay, that Ismu Mausul. Remember the rule? Don't use the incorrect version of that.
Majmin.
Sorry?
No, the correct version of the main and female of.
Yes, yes. All that. Yes.
I remember that one.
Allati.
Allati. You know about that. I think
Yes, I forgot.
you forgot. So Allati.
Allazi, allati, yes.
So this one you have to use Allati because it is treated as singular feminine. So Allati in front of the masjid is Ababa Masjidi. That one don't change, right? Big. Remember the rule?
Kabiratu.
Kabiratun. Singular feminine. Okay?
Yes.
I think it's starting to sinking in. Looks like it.
Yeah.
Buses was al-falahatu.
Which one?
Buses.
Buses. Hafilatun.
Hafila.
For the buses. Hafilatun.
Allati amam al-masjidi kabiratu.
Yes. Ababa Masjidi Kabiratun. Yes. Okay? So that's basically the lesson that I have today. We still have half an hour. I think I'll do more practice.
Yes.
So let's say the beds are dirty. Okay, let's do that. What's Mubtada Khabar?
Bags are
Mubtada, dirty is the. Yep.
As-sururi bisqatu.
No sururi. You're talking about the example that we did in the homework, but not asururi.
As-sururu.
Sururu, yeah. Sururi because Da'ala, remember? You're thinking about it.
There's no hafijat.
There's no voice before it.
So
Yeah,
why-
yeah.
why sururu?
Yeah.
It was just so practical. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
As-sururu bisqatu.
Huh? What?
Bisqatu.
What is wasihun?
Wasiqatu.
Is wasihun? Wasihun is dirty. Wasihun.
So it will be wasiqatu.
Wasihatun, yes. Wasihatun. Get it, Brother Rosman?
Eh?
The beds are dirty. Try to do that. You know beds in the Arabic?
Sarir for singular.
Singular. But this one is sururun. Plural is
So
sururun.
it's asururu.
Asururu.
Wasikhatun.
Wasihatun, yes. Okay. Let's do slightly harder.
This one.
The dirty beds are old. What is the mubtada?
Bags.
Beds are still the mubtada. Khabar.
Oh,
What other fragments are there? Or what? One, just one other fragment is.
Not mamun.
Yes, no manu. Dirty beds. Okay, now remember the rule. Apply it. So bed is sururun, right? Sururun. Dirty is wasihun. For what is called wasihun. Old is
Qadimun.
qadimun. No, timun. Okay, those are the vocab. Let's do it. How do you do the dirty bets? Remember all the rules that we have learned in the book for Namanut. Remember the rule for Namanut, and then remember the gender for the bets, and also the number for the bets.
Asur.
Asururu.
Um,
So far so good. Asururu.
in the end, it's going to be Kadimatun.
Kadimatun, yes. Now the wasihun. Yes.
I don't
The
know how to put the plural of Wasipun. It's to be the plural of
why does it have to be plural though?
because beds are very the beds.
But bets you have to treat it as.
but not probably.
Yeah, but we said bet you have to treat it as singular feminine. You don't need to use the you don't need to know the plural version.
Asururu is talking Kadimatun.
Slower. Asururu.
Wasipun.
No. Nak manut. Rule for nak manut. Something doesn't match there. Think about it. Asururu wasikun. What you say? Asururu wasikatun, is it? You said? Something doesn't match. What doesn't match? You said
The gender of the bed and the.
you said asururu. Yeah.
Yes.
And then you say wasikhatun.
Yes.
What doesn't match?
The gender doesn't matter.
Not the gender. The gender match.
The singularity, plurality.
The state,
No.
status of the type.
Die. Where's the alif lam? Alif lam is missing. This is common, isn't it? Wasikhatun? There's no alif lam. Oh. Home. No. How to add to the struggling with the Arabic.
And start again.
Delete. Al-wasi. So si kha. Where's kha? Kha? Tun. Al-wasikatu. Because alif lam, so we can put the. You know it's a singular, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Al-wasikatu. So now everything match. Because this one should be treated as single and feminine. So this one is singular, feminine, proper, marfu. So this one is singular, feminine, marfu, and proper. So that's what I mean by treating it as singular, feminine. You don't put, because you see just now kadimatun, but then for some reason you think dirty has to be plural. No, this is the same thing because you treat it as singular, feminine, right?
So that's good again.
I'll just do the same vocab. That. Oops. That. Oh.
So the old is doesn't affect anything.
No.
Old is
All does affect.
Kadimatun.
Kadimatun. It's not kadimun. He only did kadimatun. That's why I skip it. Sorry.
because it's describing the bed.
No, describe it. The beds.
Bed.
Yeah. Plural.
Had it been bad,
Had it been bad?
it would have been Kadimu.
Yes.
Because that would have been treated as a masculine.
Singular, masculine. Yes, that's right.
Because it's plural, it's going to become singular feminine.
Correct. Okay. You say vocab.
That's wrong.
Let's try this one. Those beds are old. How you do those beds are old? Remember the fragment? Remember the mutara khabar? Remember the how to treat it? Oops.
Fadilatun.
Tilka.
So tilka sururu.
Yep.
Tilka kalimatun.
Yes. Tilka sururu kalimatun. Don't forget that that's a fragment. Alif lam. Yeah.
Ism ishara.
Ismu syarah. Yes. Yes. Those pairs are all. Okay. Now, we have that. We do Ismul Mawsul now. So, the beds that are in my room are all. Okay. How do you do that? Mawsul. Oh, no.
As-sururu
Asururu
allati
allati fi
fi ghurfati
fi ghurfati.
ghurfati kalimatun.
Kalimatun.
Good. 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 Fi ghurfati kalimatun. Brother Usman, you got it? Try that.
Bed is as su
Asururu
ka
tilka. Yes.
in il ghurfati qadimatun.
Kalimatun. Yes. Good. Okay. All right. I'll mix it up now. I'm not going to use the same one. Uh, I'll say the two beds are old. Okay, try that. I'm mixing it out, yeah. I'm not necessarily the rule that we're learning today. This is like a recap of the previous lesson as well. It might be previous lesson, it might be this lesson. I just want to mix it up, see whether you guys recognize.
Because it's air weapon. You cannot use.
Remember the rule. We say if it's Ghairul Akil plural, we cannot use. I didn't say about dual.
Yeah, but I do not remember. So I'm struggling with the two beds.
Two beds is dual.
Yes.
Two is dual.
So how do you say sarira?
Asarira, sarirun, sarirani.
A sarirani, because the two bed doesn't change. I thought the ani was only with people.
No, we said kitabani just now.
Right.
Sayaratani. We never said anything about. So okay, take a step back. I think what you're struggling with is the fact that Arabic there is a dual version. So you treat dual as a separate category. When I say plural, I don't mean dual. Get it? When I say plural, I don't mean dual. So when I say dual, I don't mean plural. When I say dual, I really mean dual, only two. When I say plural, I mean more than two.
Okay.
So when I say two beds, I'm still referring to the dual version. I'm not referring to the plural version. Because the rule that we are learning today is if it is a plural, akil, then yes, you treat it as singular feminine. But if it is dual, it's not plural. Dual is not equal to plural.
So can is as-sarirani
Sarirani,
qadimani.
qadimani. Yeah. So qadimun, qadimani.
Sarirani.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to say the two cars are old, how do you say the two cars are old?
Sayaratani
Sayaratani,
kadimatani.
qadimatani. Good. Because it's now feminine, isn't it? So instead of qadimatun, qadimatani. Yeah. Okay. I'll mix it up more, yeah? So
It's good.
okay, you guys confused with the. All right, so
Learning
now,
rules is one thing, and applying them is a totally
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
it
yeah.
is,
Really helps.
it is.
So the teachers are new. How do you do that?
المدرسان جديدان.
No, that's dual.
Oh, okay.
That's teachers.
The teachers.
I didn't say two teachers.
المدرسون
Uh huh.
جديدون.
No. No. Plural for jadidun. Instead of jadiduna, jududun. Jududun.
المدرسون جدد.
Yes. Al mudarisuna jududun. Not jadiduna. One thing that just a tip for the una is usually you can't use it for anything other than a human. So like new,
This is where I was confused. Because
Yeah.
Ani we can,
adi you can, yes.
and Una we cannot.
Una you cannot. Una can only be used for masculine and people. Masculine
And
people.
animals as well.
Sorry?
And animals as well.
No, cannot.
Just people.
Yeah. There's no animal like say kitun, the plural is not gonna be kituna. Never. So-
Kisani will be fine.
Kitani will be
Yes.
fine. Yes, yes. But then kitun, I don't know why it's a plural version even. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, by the way.
But that's one tip that she mentioned to us. If it's human, then probably you can use the una version. Like in the book, as an example, yeah. In the book, it says tolibun. The plural version is tulabun. But another plural version of tolibun is tolibuna. You can still use tolibuna.
It's a masculine.
What? Yes.
masculine,
Because it's masculine, right? Masculine akil. So you can still use tolibuna. Tulabun is also correct.
Yeah.
Tolibuna is also correct. Because it's still human. It's still referring to human. Yeah?
Maybe in dictionary will give you for to lab.
Yes.
Polybuna maybe not, maybe not. Not, I haven't looked yet.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was listening to another Sheikh the other day. He gave example Tolibu, Tolibuna. Because Tolib is actually someone who seeker, right? Tolibun ilm, seeker of knowledge, right? So Tolibun, seeker. So someone who do something, ismu fa'il. You probably know ism fa'il when you learn the South. So that is ism fa'il. Ism fa'il is ism maf'ul, then you can add una at the end. That probably doesn't mean anything to you, but hopefully for Sheikh Rosman means something. Okay, more example I think. Instead of learning something new. The teachers are new. Oh, we did this already, yes. The new teachers are old. Because I don't want to,
Well,
not the vocab. It's more on the rule. They don't want to confuse you guys too much on the vocab, so I'm just using the same vocab. So the new teachers are old.
Al-Mudarrisunan
Al-Mudarrisunal,
Jadiduna
not Jadiduna. There's no Jadiduna, remember?
Jududu.
Jududu. Al-Mudarrisuna
Jududu.
Jududu.
المدرسون الجدد.
This one you might not know the. So old, you want to use the plural, yeah? But because that's vocab thing. Kudama. Instead of Qadimun, Kudama. That's just vocab thing, it's okay. Okay. The teachers who are in the classroom are our teachers. Okay. Try that one. Al-Mudarrisuna. Oh, sorry, this one you have learned.
Mine, is it?
Sometimes I got too excited and it's not something that you guys have learned.
Okay, you can change the who with that.
No. The thing is that I haven't taught you guys the plural version of alladhi. Alladhi,
Al-Ladina?
and then it's you guys know, okay. Yeah, it's alladhi lah. But I haven't taught you guys actually. I didn't mention anything wrong. But alladhi, the plural version alladhi lah. But there's a lot of alladhi in Quran anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. So alladhi lah, yes. Sorry, but yes, alladhi lah.
المدرسون الذين
الذين
في الفصل.
fil fasli, fil fasli. Why? Do you know why fil fasli?
In our classroom.
No. In the classroom. Why did they say in our classroom?
In the classroom.
Is that al?
Why fil fasli?
Darwamatu?
Yes. Yeah. Right? And then our teachers. How to do our teachers?
Al-Muslim. Darisi. teachers.
No, no, no.
My teacher. That's my teacher.
That's my teacher, yes. Our teachers. Our.
It should be
Plural.
now, isn't it?
Da. Mudari su da. Mudari su da. Get it? Where are you from?
Yes. Very soon now.
Da because of the nahdu.
Another.
Yeah, ada nahdu. Yeah. Okay.
So how
Yes.
how do we become it back?
Yeah. Sorry.
Al mudarrisuna
Al mudarrisuna
alladhina
alladhina
fasli
fil fasli. Our teachers.
mudarrisuna.
Mudarisu. Actually, yeah. Mudarisuna da. Mudarisuna da. Mudarisuna is teachers, right? Yeah, I missed the last word. Mudarisuna da. But maybe I'm thinking it sounds a bit weird. I think in Arabic it's going to change. I think it might be Mudar. It will change to something else, I think. But I don't think we have learned that yet. Because usually Arabic doesn't like something that is same letter next to each other. It will have shadda or something. So it's probably not going to be Mudarisuna da. It's probably going to be something else, but I also don't know. So probably bad example, but at least we apply the rule, but there might be something. I think they will merge the noon to become shutdown or something, but I'm not too sure as well.
And that's how usually the rules are.
Yes.
They are together.
Mudarisunda? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Bad example probably, but at least we have applied the rule, so so far so good. Okay, I'm gonna mix up a bit more. Okay, the bus wheels are new. I don't know whether you guys know wheels.
Yes. Oh no, hang on. No.
We haven't gone through wheels yet. So
What was the bus again?
where's ha?
La
Ha
Harlequin.
filatun. That's bus. Ha filatun. Ajalatun. Wheels. New is jadidun, right? Jadidun. Okay. So the bus wheels are new. What fragment is that?
So,
Before we go into fragment,
is it a
What's the-
bus's wheel?
buses with, yeah. But that's singular. That bus is singular.
The bus is singular.
The bus is singular. So which one is mubtada, which one is khabar? Before we do the fragment.
Bus.
Oh.
Sorry, wheels is mubtada.
Yes, wheels are mubtada. That's very important because otherwise you will translate it wrongly. Wheels is the mubtada. You're not talking about the bus here. You're talking about the wheels. Okay. The khabar is
Wheel.
okay. What fragment is that? Is there any fragment at all?
The bus's wheel is mudaf.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Now do the translation.
The wheels
The wheels
of the bus.
are new.
No, wheels of the bus, not the wheels of the bus. The wheels of the bus.
Yes.
What's the word? Ijlatun? Over there?
Ajala.
Ajalatun.
Ajalatun. So what?
Ajalatun.
Yes. I wanted to say yes. You recognize, yeah.
Ajalatul.
Ajalatul.
Hafilatun.
What fragment is it?
Mudaf. Ajalatun. Hafilatun.
Mudah ilaih. You say mudah ilaih, but then you don't apply mudah ilaih.
Ajalatu is
The second part.
After that,
Hafila. Ti.
half.
You say mudah ilaih, right? But you're not applying the rule.
Ajalatul hafilati jadidatun.
Hafilati.
Jadidatun.
Jadidatun. Why jadidatun? Because?
Because it's plural, the wheels are plural, it will become singular feminine.
Yeah, that's right. You got it, Brother Osman?
yeah.
The bus wheels are new. So you're not talking about the bus, we're talking about the wheels. That's why. Okay? Kebas wheel Samir. Um, uh, oops. The pens on our table are new. Can we do that? Yes. Yes, I think we can do that. Yep. There's no new rule. Yeah. The pens on our table are new.
Can I use kalam for pens?
No, no. Plural for kolamun is akolamun.
Aklam.
Akolamun.
الأقلام
Al aklamu?
على المكتبة.
No. No, no, no. Something wrong there. Lal maktabati, you see? What framework is that? Yes, and also our table. Yes. Mudaf cannot have? Yeah. So alal maktabi sounds wrong, isn't it?
على
Also betul be maktabi anyway. Because it's our, not.
الكلام على مكتبتي.
No. Do bit by bit. I think you guys are struggling because there's actually two.
أقلام على مكتبنا.
Ah.
أقلام على مكتبنا جديدة.
So yeah. Ala maktabina. So in this case, I didn't say our tables. I just say our table. So let's assume that we all own the same table. So didn't want to like complicated it. So, you get it, brother Rosman?
uh,
So the pens you can suruh aklamun, right? Al aklamu. So do you say aklamun? So
أقلام.
aklamun. That one is pens. We are saying the pens. So al aklamu. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, al aklamu. So ala. Oh, ala. So let's say plural, singular, yeah, maktabun, right? So supposed to be maktabun, right? Yeah? Supposed to be, but then because of the ala, it become maktabi, right? And then now the missing bit is our. Now
مكتبنا
maktabina. Then you
جديدة.
jadidatun because
Because it's the pen with the two.
yup. So plan you have plural garaki you have to treat as singular feminine.
على المكتبة.
Al
Oh, because it's
aqlamu al aq where's al aqla
أقلام.
no lamu
Yes.
missing alif.
ألف.
Yes.
الأقلام
Al aqlamu
مكتبنا.
ala maktibina jadidatun. Uh, the new oops the new features belong to the merchants. Yeah, how do you do your features belong to the merchant? Features is what is rich?
سلام.
Rich is salajatun, right? For fitch. So for plural will be
ثلاجة.
yeah. When you see the tamal muta at the end, you can use the atun version. So sayaratun, hafilatun, salajatun. You can use it. So salajatun, and then merchant. You guys know the vocab for merchant?
التجار.
Atujar. Yes, good. Okay, now do the
الثلاجات.
salajatu.
جدد.
Ah,
Because female, carry forward.
Phrases, yeah. Singular feminine.
Yeah. Salajatu jadidatun
Wait. As-salajatu jadidatun?
jadidatu.
No. Just jadidatu or there's something else?
Salajatu, a new phrase.
Asalajatul.
As-salajatul.
Jadidatu, because of
Alif lam. You see the alif lam again. Proper. So the as-salajatu. We see alif lam, right? As-salajatu.
Salajatul jadidatu lil tujari.
Litujari. Yes. Litujari. You got the same one? What was one?
There is Jadidatu,
Yep.
Tujari.
Yeah. Litujari. So fridges, plural. So you have to treat the a singular feminine to become new. Is jadidatun. Yes. But because it's not one have to be al jadidatu. Al jadidatu. Okay. 5 more minutes for ikamah. Oh, it's Azan time actually. Right. I think we'll stop here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.
Allah.